Welcome to Skinwalker Ranch, a 512-acre stretch of land in Uinta County, Utah, where the air feels heavy with secrets. This isn't just a ranch. It's a gateway to something ancient, something evil. Tonight, we're diving into the horrifying true stories that make this place one of the most haunted on Earth. Buckle up, because once we start, there's no turning back. The story begins with the land itself, nestled in the Uinta Basin, a place the Ute people have feared for generations. They call it the Path of the Skinwalker, a name tied to Navajo legend. Skinwalkers are witches, twisted by dark magic, able to shift into animals, wolves, coyotes, or worse. The Utes say these creatures don't live on the ranch, but lurk nearby, in dark canyon, watching, waiting. For over 15 generations, the Ute have avoided this land, believing it's cursed by a Navajo betrayal from the 1800s, when the Ute sided with American forces against them. The Navajo, they say, unleashed a skinwalker to haunt this place forever. In 1994, Terry and Gwen Sherman bought the ranch, hoping for a quiet life with their 2 kids. They found something else. The first night, Terry saw a massive wolf, bigger than any natural beast, its eyes glowing red in the moonlight. He fired his rifle point blank, but the creature didn't flinch. It stared, then vanished into the dark. The Shermans soon noticed strange details about their new home. Deadbolt locks on every door and window, even inside the house, as if someone, or something, had to be kept out. Iron chains were bolted outside, like they'd held guard dogs the size of bears. Then the cattle started disappearing. One morning, Gwen found a cow dead, its body carved with surgical precision. No blood, no tracks, just empty sockets where its eyes should have been. Another time, Terry saw a blue orb floating above the field, humming with a sickly energy. His cattle froze, then bolted, some collapsing with burns on their hides. The family heard voices in the night, speaking a language they couldn't understand, coming from the air itself. Gwen swore she saw a figure outside her window, tall and black, with eyes like burning coals, gone when she blinked. The Shermans weren't alone. Neighbors reported lights in the sky, glowing orbs that darted like they were alive. One man, John Garcia, saw an orange object the size of a house hover over his fence before shooting into the stars. Another, Charles Wynn, hid in a ditch as a blinding white light chased him. The Uinta Basin has been called UFO Alley since the 1950s, but Skinwalker Ranch is its dark heart. The Ute believe the Skinwalkers and these lights are connected, tied to a force older than time. By 1996, the Shermans couldn't take it anymore. They sold the ranch to Robert Bigelow, a millionaire obsessed with the paranormal. He turned it into a research hub, but the horrors didn't stop. The land seemed to know it was being watched, and it didn't like it. As we move deeper into this story, the ranch's true terror will unravel. Stay with me, because what happened next will chill you to your core. The Shermans fled in 1996, but the ranch's new owner, Robert Bigelow, thought science could solve its horrors. He was wrong. His team, the National Institute for Discovery Science, set up cameras, sensors, and round-the-clock surveillance. What they found wasn't answers, it was terror. Bigelow's researchers saw the same glowing orbs the Shermans described, pulsing in the sky like heartbeats. One night, a scientist watched a blue light dive into Bottle Hollow, a reservoir next to the ranch. Seconds later, It emerged as a shimmering belt of light, twisting in the air before vanishing over Skinwalker Ridge. Their equipment failed constantly. Cameras shut off during sightings, their lenses cracked. Wires were torn out as if by invisible claws. One researcher, John Alexander, called it a precognitive sentient intelligence, something that knew their moves before they did. The ranch didn't just play tricks, it attacked. A scientist felt a weight on his chest one night, waking to see a black figure standing over him, its eyes glowing red. He screamed, and it dissolved into smoke. Another time, a team member found 3-toed tracks near a mutilated cow, the cuts so clean they looked lasered. The animals weren't just killed, they were displayed, their bodies arranged in circles, organs missing. The team heard growls from the trees, deep and guttural, but found nothing. Yet the feeling of being hunted never left them. The Utes' legends of skinwalkers came alive. One night, a researcher saw a wolf-like creature, its body too long, its movements unnatural. It ran on 2 legs, then dropped to all 4s, disappearing into the brush. Another saw a hyena-like beast, its jaw dripping with something black. Watching from the ridge. These weren't animals. They were wrong, like something wearing a beast's skin, but moving with human cunning. The team started getting sick, plagued by headaches, nausea, and nightmares of red eyes in the dark. Some quit, saying the ranch's evil followed them home. In 2016, Bigelow sold the ranch to Brandon Fugel, a real estate mogul who kept its secrets under wraps. Fugel's team, featured on The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, faced the same horrors. Their ground-penetrating radar picked up strange signals, like something massive moved underground. One night, a security guard named Dragon saw a black shape cross the field, too fast for any animal. His Geiger counter spiked, detecting radiation where none should be. Fugel himself felt a presence, a heavy malice that made his skin crawl. The ranch wasn't just haunted, it was alive, toying with anyone who dared stay. The deeper they dug, the worse it got. A pilot, Brett Hutchings, saw a white light stop mid-air near the ranch, then reverse direction, vanishing over the property. No aircraft could move like that. Neighbors reported portals in the sky, doorways of light that flickered and closed. The ranch seemed to bend reality, mixing UFOs, creatures, and something darker. The Ute believe the skinwalkers are only part of it, a gatekeeper to a force that wants to break through. The ranch's true horror is about to reveal itself, and it's more terrifying than you can imagine. We've reached the heart of Skinwalker Ranch, where the darkness doesn't just haunt, it consumes. I'm here, alone, as the wind howls through the winter basin, carrying whispers of something ancient and hungry. The stories of the Shermans, Bigelow, and Fugel all lead to one truth. This ranch isn't just a place, it's a predator, and it's still hunting. Fugel's team pushed deeper, using drones and sensors to probe the ranch's secrets. One night, they caught a thermal image of a figure, tall, humanoid, but with limbs too long, moving in jerks like a broken puppet. The drone crashed seconds later, its circuits fried. When they retrieved it, the footage was gone, replaced by static and a faint, guttural growl. Another time, a scientist felt a hand grab his ankle while alone in a field. He fell, screaming, but nothing was there, just claw marks in the dirt, deep and fresh. The team started seeing things in their peripheral vision. Shadows that vanished, eyes glowing in the dark, always just out of reach. The ranch's malice grew bolder. One night, a guard woke to his radio blaring static mixed with a voice chanting in an unknown tongue. His door, locked from the inside, was wide open. Outside, he found a circle of stones, each marked with a symbol that burned his eyes to look at. The Utes say skinwalkers leave signs like these, marking their prey. The guard quit the next day, but he wasn't free. He dreamed of the ranch every night, of a black figure standing at his bed, whispering his name. The ranch's evil doesn't stay here. It follows you. Then came the worst incident. Fugal's team set up a laser grid in Homestead 2, a house on the ranch known for its malevolent presence. At 3 a.m., the lasers flickered, outlining a shape in the room. Something massive, with claws and eyes like fire. The team's cameras died, but not before capturing a scream, not human, echoing through the house. The next morning, they found the walls scratched with jagged lines, forming a word in no known language. The air in Homestead 2 felt thick, like breathing tar. One scientist collapsed, blood trickling from his nose, muttering about a voice in his head telling him to come back. The Ute believed the skinwalkers guard something worse, a tear in reality, a doorway to a place where time and space don't exist. The lights, the creatures, the mutilations, they're all distractions, keeping us from seeing what's really here. Some say the ranch is a trap, luring the curious to feed whatever lives in Dark Canyon. Fugal's team keeps searching, but every answer brings more terror. The last time they scanned the ground, their equipment detected a void, impossibly deep, right under the ranch. Something moved in it, something that made their machines scream. As I stand here, the ranch feels alive, watching me. The air is cold, but my skin burns. I hear footsteps in the distance. Too heavy, too wrong. Skinwalker Ranch doesn't let you leave unchanged. It marks you, follows you, waits for you to close your eyes. If you dream tonight, check the shadows, because the ranch is still out there and it's hungry.